Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. My name is Elric, and in this video we're going to be talking about candlesticks and basically all the things we need to analyze about this one thing or its neighboring things. So if you already know everything there is to know about charting, you can skip this video, but if you do not and you want an insight into why we need such a crazy decision structure, which will be the next video, stick around because we're going to get started right now. So this is a piece of a chart. I won't tell you what symbol it is. Bonus points for anyone who guesses. I will say that this is a daily chart. If you've never used candlesticks or know what they are, candlestick basically looks like this. It's got two parts. The tails or shadows or wicks. I like to call them wicks because candlestick wick, and the body. So those are the two main pieces of a candlestick. If we look at it in a larger kind of view, we have a high, a low, an open, and a close. But sometimes we have a close and an open. So we know if it closed above its open price, then it gained money. You know, the close has higher, so if you bought it at open, we would have more money. And the opposite is true for closing under the open price. So just based on this information alone, what we could wind up doing or asking is, hey, is the high greater than the open? Is the high less than the open? Is the high equal to the open? And we take these three things, greater than, less than, equal to, and we apply them to the low, high versus low, and high versus close. So now we have 9 decisions times 4, one for high, one for open, one for low, one for close. So we have 36 decisions right there. 36 different mathematical calculations we need to do. Now if we take those same 4 pieces, the high, low, open, close, do the same comparisons, greater than, less than, or equal to the previous values, previous high, low, open, close. We get 12 per individual item. 4 pieces, 48 unique mathematical calculations for a total of 84 calculations, just focusing on the high, open, low, and close of the current candlestick and a previous candlestick. And we're not even talking about volume yet. Volume is something that we definitely need to analyze, but 84 distinct calculations just regarding those 4 data points and the comparisons. Open over close. Close over open will tell us if it's a red or green candle, so we don't need to worry about that. But then we have to think about comparing the previous candlestick and saying, hey, how many times do we have a high over high or a high under high? Are we in this impulse? Same with lows, low over low, low under low, etc. So we have a lot of previous, not just calculations, but counts. How long have we been in this uptrend or downtrend? So that's a lot of important information. Is the high and low, or is the open and close in the body of the previous candle? Is the open and close even in the high-low range of the previous candle, or do we have a gap in the data? So we have 84 decisions just based on OHLC data, and then tons more just to compare trends and where we are. And we want to go further. We want to normalize the candlestick where the high is a 1 and the low is a 0. Maybe this body is 25 and the top of this body is 75, because this data will help us separate candlesticks that look like this from ones that look like this, from flat tops to flat bottoms to indecisions, and all that. So we can start creating and finding patterns, like finding crows, or finding this is an almost star. There's no gap and it's a little too thick, but you know, just all, do we have an engulfing pattern in here? Kind of. We have a better one. I don't see a better one right now. Yeah, but this looks like it's going to come down for the worst. So all of these things, we're looking at 150 easy, and that's even before we try and figure out what the slopes are between these shapes to look for the pullback and the breakouts. So this is not even including volume or true range or moving averages or anything like that, but this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with. In order to develop a really sound strategy, we can't just look at one thing. We have to be able to look at all of these data points, at least if we don't do it right now, to have a way to flexibly add them to a data-driven decision model. So we're not changing code. We're not modifying a 5,000 line plus stored procedure. Because when we execute our strategies, if we're losing, we need to go back and say, what is the difference between the winners and the losers? Are there any of these data points that I haven't recorded yet, or any other questions I can ask that will help me say, you know, it's looking like any uptrend with gaps in it has a extremely lower % win rate for a volume strategy or something like that. So really important stuff. And I just kind of want to set up the next video in a way so we're not going, you know, why is this so complicated? It's like, oh, because analysis is complicated. Proper analysis is complicated. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, in the next video, it's going to get rough, but I'm going to be talking about the decision model and the code used to make all of these choices data-drivenly, I guess. So have a good one, and I will see you next time.